Thanks for giving me the opportunity to visit with you again. I haven't spoke to you for quite a while. I've been waiting on some updates on our recent building project, and I have a little bit for you today. I know it may seem like a slow process as to how we're going about it and when we're going about it, but I'm learning that it takes a lot of time to get a lot of things in order. Right now, we've had several meetings between our teachers, coaches, principals, and myself, visiting with the architect to get what I call the details into a lot of the rooms that we're going to build in the space and how we're going to use it. And those details include anything from where we're going to put a water fountain, to what type of floor, to bleacher seats, to lighting, to electrical outlets, to where you're going to put the sink in the band room, where you're going to put the welders at in the VOAG, where you're going to put the saws in the wood shop, etc., etc., etc. So there's a lot of details that are getting worked out, and I think they're working very hard on it. I know we met in the last week with Mr. Gail Lannis, who's the head of Marlan, and Marlan will be the company that the board has hired to see to it that this gets built and built right. The architect is designing it, and I know that Mr. Lantis and Mr. Hanson, our architect, have met several times, and I know they're still working on details and trying to get some financial aspects put together of what various things may cost. So bear with us, it's going to be a long process. I don't expect us to start too much actual construction activity until probably sometime in the spring. So I know it's, for some of us, like myself, I get a little anxious, but I have to remember there is a process to go through. I know Mr. Lannis is trying to get us as much as we can for every dollar that you've been so kind to put up. So if that'll save us a few dollars and get us a little more for our money, then that's a good thing. So that's what we're after. I want to take just a minute here to congratulate both our high school and middle school girls volleyball teams. This past weekend, they both won league championships. That's quite a statement for volleyball here at West Franklin High School. It's also a statement for not just the girls and the coaches, but for the parents. I know they put a lot of time into it. I know you've made a lot of sacrifices to allow your daughters to go practice, and that's what made us good. And I appreciate that, and I want you to know that everybody appreciates the fact that you represented West Franklin and did it very, very well. Like I said, we do understand the sacrifice parents, and we appreciate that, and I know your daughters do as well, and the coaches appreciate that as well. So that thank you goes to all of you and to the fans as well. I know that support's a big factor to them. The high school girls will be playing their sub-state volleyball tomorrow at Wellsville, so wish them luck there. I know the cross-country team goes and runs tomorrow in their sub-state down by Burlington, and we wish them luck there. They've done very well this year, the cross-country team, and we're looking forward to getting some of them to state. So we hope that works out good too. It's getting that time of year. We're winding down some of our fall sports. I know that football plays tonight at Central Heights, and if we can win at Central Heights, next week we'll be hopefully down playing somebody in District 1 as this bracket is set up. So we'll see where this goes tonight, and after we know tonight's results, we'll know who we play and when and where. Back to the bond issue for just a minute. I know that earlier I had tried to give you some sort of a vision of what this timetable would be, and at that time I had told you that hopefully we can have some bids ready by sometime after the first of the year. And I think, and I emphasize that, I think we're still on track to get there with the bond issue. I can't guarantee anything yet. Like I said, they're still putting a lot of details into it. I know that the work that's being done behind the scenes is the stuff that you really don't see a lot, but it's a very necessary part. So with that, bear with us. Well, I want to remind you once again, and bear with us, that as we go through this project in the next couple of years, there will be some unroutine or abnormal things when it comes to the normal educational process. You know, if we're going to tear down a gymnasium, we're probably going to have to use another space somewhere, somehow. so kids can still have PE and various activities and games that we play in a gymnasium. I know there's going to be some disruption to certain classes, and we're going to try and keep that to a minimum, but bear with us. I call it growing pains, but anytime you have additions of that size, there's going to be some sort of pains going on. So I know at Williamsburg, where we're going to put in a hallway and fill in some windows, and at Appanoose, where we're going to put up a new room, those may be lesser on the scale of disruptions, and it may be something we can get done in the summer so there won't be any disruptions. I'm not sure yet. That's all part of Marland's game plan to try and do this so we'll have as least disruption as possible. So I thought it was time to give you an update on where we're at in the building project. I wanted to kind of give you an update of where we're at here in the activities with our kids. I know FCCLA has an event coming up here on the 24th of September or October. That'll be in Ottawa, Kansas, and it's a day deal. So it'll take place, I think it starts at 9:30 at the old Ottawa Municipal Auditorium. And I know our kids are getting prepped for that. We have kids that are getting ready for a trip in FBLA. And I know FFA's got a lot of projects that they're working on and getting ready for. So support our kids is a big thing. We appreciate that. We appreciate the fact that we have these opportunities for our kids. And I just want to say thank you for all of you for that.